The news dropped like a lead weight on a hot afternoon in Lagos. Favour Ofili, the golden girl of Nigerian athletics, was no longer Nigerian, at least not on the track. She was switching sides, running for Turkey. It was the kind of headline you had to read twice, maybe 3 times, just to make sure your eyes weren't playing tricks on you. This wasn't just some athlete changing teams. This was a national treasure, a symbol of hope and incredible talent, deciding that her future was brighter under a different flag. The shockwaves rippled through social media, from a million WhatsApp groups to the bustling sports bars in Abuja. How could this happen? Why? People were genuinely stunned. It felt personal. Favour Ofili wasn't just a name on a roster. She was the runner everyone watched, the one who made you believe Nigeria could dominate the world stage. Her speed was electric, her potential limitless. When she ran, the entire country felt like it was running with her. So when the news broke on May 31st, 2025, it felt like a betrayal, but not necessarily by her. It felt like a failure, a massive, embarrassing failure on the part of the people meant to support her. The chatter was immediate and loud, a mix of anger, sadness, and a frustrating sense of understanding. This wasn't a quiet exit. It was a thunderous announcement that echoed far beyond the world of sports. It spoke to a deeper problem, a story that many Nigerians knew all too well. It's the story of immense talent being let down by broken systems. It's the story of potential squandered not by a lack of ability, but by a lack of support, organization, and respect. Ofili's decision forced a conversation that many officials probably didn't want to have. A conversation about why Nigeria keeps losing its brightest stars. It was a wake-up call delivered not with a gentle nudge, but with a sledgehammer. The timing made it all the more painful. This wasn't an athlete at the end of her career looking for one last payday. This was Favour Ofili at her absolute peak. She was a world beater, a record breaker, the face of the future. Her departure just 3 months before the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo felt like a punch to the gut. The very event where she was expected to fly the green and white flag high would now see her competing against the country she once represented. The irony was bitter, and for millions of Nigerian sports fans, it was a tough pill to swallow. To understand the shock, you have to understand who Favour Ofili is. She's not just another fast runner, she is a phenomenon. From a young age, her talent was undeniable, a raw, explosive power that set her apart on the track. She quickly rose through the ranks, becoming a household name in Nigeria and a rising star on the international circuit. Her journey was one of hard work and dedication, a classic story of a gifted individual determined to reach the top. She represented the best of Nigerian spirit, resilient, ambitious, and incredibly skilled. She was the one everyone was watching. Her list of accomplishments is impressive, but one recent achievement put her in a league of her own. In May 2025, just before the bombshell announcement, Ofili did something incredible. She broke the 150-meter world record. She clocked in at a mind-blowing 15.85 seconds, a time that cemented her status as one of the fastest women on the planet. This wasn't just a personal best, it was a world record. It was proof that she was at the zenith of her powers, an athlete capable of rewriting history. This made her not just a Nigerian hero, but a global athletics icon. This record-breaking run was supposed to be a prelude to more glory for Nigeria. Fans were already dreaming of Olympic gold and World Championship medals. She was the cornerstone of the national athletics team, the anchor that guaranteed a strong showing at any major event. Her presence alone was enough to make Nigeria a formidable competitor in the sprints. She was more than just an athlete. She was an inspiration to countless young boys and girls across the country who dreamed of one day following in her footsteps. She showed them that it was possible to come from Nigeria and conquer the world. Her connection with the fans was real. They loved her not just for her speed, but for her grace and humility. She carried the hopes of 200 million people on her shoulders, and she did it with a smile. She was a beacon of positivity in a country often grappling with difficult news. Every time she stepped onto the track, she offered a moment of unity and pride, a brief escape from the daily struggles. That's why her departure felt so significant. It wasn't just the loss of medals, it was the loss of a hero who made people feel good about their country. So, why would a world record holder at the peak of her powers abandon her home country? The answer, sadly, isn't complicated. It's a story of frustration, neglect, and administrative incompetence. Favour Ofili's incredible talent was repeatedly undermined by the very organization that should have been her biggest supporter, the Nigerian Athletics Federation. The problems weren't new. They were a pattern of failures that had been piling up for years. For an athlete who dedicates her entire life to shaving off milliseconds, dealing with constant administrative hurdles is more than just an annoyance. It's a threat to her career. The breaking point seems to have been a long time coming. One of the most glaring incidents was the debacle surrounding the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Ofili, along with other Nigerian athletes, was disqualified due to administrative negligence. The federation failed to conduct the required number of out-of-competition drug tests. It was a rookie mistake, a catastrophic failure of basic procedure that cost deserving athletes their Olympic dream. Imagine training your whole life for that one moment, only to have it snatched away because someone didn't fill out the right paperwork. The heartbreak and frustration are unimaginable. The problems didn't stop there. The pattern of administrative blunders continued, haunting her at major competitions. At the Paris Olympics, another administrative issue reportedly prevented her from competing in her signature 100-meter event. These weren't isolated incidents. They were symptoms of a deeper disease within the sports administration. For an elite athlete like Ofili, who operates on a world-class level, this kind of recurring incompetence is simply unacceptable. It creates an environment of uncertainty and kills motivation, making it impossible to focus on what truly matters, performing at your best. While Turkey's Athletics Federation has been known to offer significant financial incentives to attract foreign athletes, with rumors of offers up to $500,000, Ofili has insisted her decision wasn't about the money. She framed it as a choice for her career, for a system that would value her talent and provide the professional support she needed to succeed. She needed an environment where her biggest worry was her competition on the track, not whether her own federation had done its job properly. It was a desperate move born from a desire for stability and respect. Favour Ofili's switch to Turkey is a massive blow to Nigerian sports, and its impact will be felt for years to come. It's not just about losing a guaranteed medal contender. It's about the message it sends to the world, and more importantly, to other Nigerian athletes. When your brightest star decides she has a better chance of success by leaving, it exposes the cracks in the foundation of your entire sports program. It's a vote of no confidence that will be difficult to ignore. Nigerian athletics has lost its crown jewel, and finding a replacement of her caliber is a near impossible task. This event forces a painful but necessary reckoning. For too long, Nigeria has operated on the assumption that its incredible wellspring of natural talent is enough. The country has a history of producing world-class athletes, but it also has a history of losing them to other nations due to poor management. Ofili's departure is the most high-profile example yet, and it serves as a stark warning. Talent without structure is like a powerful engine without a car. It can make a lot of noise, but it won't get you very far. The federation is now under immense pressure to reform. For other athletes still in the Nigerian system, Ofili's decision presents a difficult choice. On one hand, it might inspire them to demand better treatment and hold officials accountable. On the other hand, it might make them wonder if their future too lies elsewhere. If an athlete of Ofili's stature feels the need to leave, what hope is there for lesser-known talents who have even less leverage? The risk of a mass exodus is real. This could trigger a domino effect, weakening Nigerian sports across the board as more athletes seek stable, supportive environments abroad. Ultimately, this story is a tragic lesson in stewardship. Nigeria was gifted a once-in-a-generation talent, and the system failed to cherish her. The future of Nigerian athletics now hangs in the balance. Will this be the shock that finally leads to meaningful change, to building a system that nurtures its stars instead of driving them away? Or will it be another sad chapter in a long story of squandered potential? As Favour Ofili prepares to run for Turkey at the World Championships, the world will be watching. But for Nigeria, the most important race is the one to fix its broken system before it loses its next champion.